Possibly one of the most important conferences that's been going on since 1954 that you never heard of. And joining me now to talk about Bilderberg is a man who has been following the group, Luke Rudkowski of We Are Change. He joins us from New York. Now, Luke, those protesters outside the Bilderberg conference are saying the secret meeting is undemocratic. They say that leaders are meeting and forming policy and creating a new world order of sorts.
Gates to David Jacob Rothschild's coming together and setting a plan and agenda for the next 12 months. And then from leaked inside moles, we hear those plans, we see the same thing happening, and we report on it. And everything that we report on happens. And we have to be really careful about these secretive elites. They're meeting in secret. I mean, these people love all the attention they could get. This is the one time that the major mainstream media is not giving them any attention. They're meeting in secret, and all the bad things are always done in darkness. And if you go on the American mainstream television right now, you turn on the channel, they're not talking about this meeting. They're talking about Gary Coleman's wife. Not even Gary Coleman. Gary Coleman's wife, for God's sakes.
Okay, you say that there is some leaked information about what's going on here and that they're setting policy and agenda for 12 months that has come true in the past. Give me an example. Give me some examples if you have them.
The oil prices, the U.S. economy. I think the economy is the biggest one because in 2006 there was Estalon and Tucker who came out and said that they're going to try to destroy the U.S. economy in order to make a one world economic system, a one world kind of government ruled by the IMF and the World Bank where they have one world currency. And then what do you see in 2008 and now in 2009 and leading up to 2010? A crash of the American dollar. They want to destroy the American dollar in order to have a one world government currency. And then they set up the G20 and the G8 to implement that.
The U.S. dollar is in high demand now with what's going on in the Eurozone.
Yes, but they definitely, that's why they're meeting right now to talk about how to recover the euro. They want the euro to be successful because that is, this is what they also did before. David Young, the chief member of the Bilderberg members, said that the European Union created the European Union. They do this to integrate parts, to integrate the world. They're trying to do this with America, with the North American Union, because when they integrate the Europe, the North American Union, less people have more control over more land and more people. That is their ultimate goal, to have power, money, and control, and that's what they're doing. That's why this meeting is so critically important to the euro and to the American dollar. And you can say the American economy is doing fine right now. Let's see what's going to happen within the years, because we gave $24 trillion, according to Bloomberg News, to the Wall Street banksters. Timothy Geithner was in charge of that. He goes to these meetings as well. Paul Volcker also goes to these meetings. He's a part of the Obama recovery economic team. These people are not these people don't want a strong dollar. They want to destroy the dollar. They want to destroy American sovereignty and freedom because it's the only thing standing in their way for a global consolidation of power.
All right. Now, Luke, there are critics that say this is a lot of hullabaloo over nothing, that there are 15 to 20 other similar groups that meet just like this, that there are plenty of closed-door meetings that the press is not invited to between leaders and finance and politics. What do you say to them?
There's smaller groups like the Trilateral Commission, which our organization, We Are Change, infiltrated and actually found out that they're going to be trying to get into Iran. And there's the Council on Foreign Relations. They're less secret. The most secretive, the most elite is right now the Bilderberg Group. They're the ones in charge. They have a steering committee on top, and they're the ones who are deciding policy, and we see that from what the moles inside predict, and we see what's happening. So all you have to do is look at what's going on. Look what these people are doing. They don't want you to know of them. The only thing that could stop them is people waking up to their crimes, and we cannot allow these psychotic elites to rule our lives, and we have to stand up to what's really right and expose them for what they are.
Luke, I'm curious if leaders such as the Prime Minister of Greece, I've heard he has been at these, lots of economic leaders, Larry Summers, Ben Bernanke, others have been mentioned. Wouldn't they have predicted Greece's sovereign debt crisis and the sovereign debt crisis we're seeing in Europe now?
Now, I don't know about the particular details about the European Union collapse, but it's happening because of Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs went in there and gave them false loans and made them into the union. They rushed it. They made a big mistake into rushing all these other countries. They're overstepping their boundaries, and they're making a big mistake by rushing the integration. And they know over the years in history, people tried to take over the world, and their major mistake was doing it too quickly. They're trying to assimilate us into the one world government that they want. And they did not expect the European Union, the euro, to go down as it's going right now.
Now, I know you're concerned over a number of things going on there. Are you concerned that the law's being broken? And in that report from our reporter that's there, a protester mentioned the Logan Act. Is there a violation that you believe is going on?
All you have to do is go online and read the Logan Act. They are violating policy. I mean, how would you feel about your elected Democratic politician meeting with international banksters, transnational corporations, media moguls, and deciding policy? And, people say, oh, this is nothing. Well, they actually do set policy. Condoleezza Rice sets policy. Timothy Geithner sets policy. We have all the people surrounding Barack Obama going to these meetings. They go to Barack Obama and they tell him what to do. Do you feel comfortable, with your decisions of our life being made by undemocratic, illegal, plutocratic, psychotic elites? Do you feel comfortable with that? No, I don't.
All right. Well, we appreciate you having Moles there and giving us the insight that you're hearing from within that conference that is shrouded in secrecy, as it has been for decades, going on now in Spain. Now, you heard Luke there say, how would you feel about these people meeting in secret forming policy? Well, from Spain to Washington, D.C., many of you have a lot to say about how you'd feel about the Bilderberg Group meeting. And some of you have even commented about the secret society right on our website. Here's what you've been saying on our YouTube page. Sarah says secret meetings are annoying, but they've been happening since the beginning because leaders tend to identify with each other's. And while it looks wrong what they agree to do to their population for one another, it works out in the end. And DY How to 10 writes, globalists thrive on secrecy and ignorance. If I were one of them, I'd cancel Bilderberg meetings for a decade or two and wait it out. And finally, Absurd Revolutionary says Bilderberg is doing anything right now. They are definitely maintaining a plan they already had, and that is how to create a world depression. Some strong opinions there. We'd love to hear more, so weigh in on our website.